Hey, how the fuck are you? I'd probably care you. Yes, sir. Episode, what is this? 83 of the kPodcast, man. We're rolling. Fucking rolling. Oh, yeah. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going crazy.
Let's fly.
But tonight, man, we got a special guest. How long have I been trying to get you on the show now?
Ooh, I would say at least since 2019.
At least. So we finally got him here, man. All right, we got
building.
fucking Viva La Pain in the building.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but it had to happen. Been on some like wilderness in the jungle shit, even though I've been like in the city. I've been like really in the wilderness, so like
you got to realign the chakra sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm just popping out and stopping at all the friends first.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, we appreciate you being here tonight, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
First things first, before we get into the meat and potatoes here, I got a little ones and twos section.
Okay.
I know you watch Drink Champs, so it's like what's it called? The fucking Quick Time and Slime. I'm just going to throw two things at you. You just got to pick one.
Okay.
Just to,
let's do it.
Loosen you up a little bit, let the listeners get to know you. But there are no repercussions if you don't, there ain't no shots here. You just take a little shot of tea or something.
Yeah. We doing that anyway.
All right, so first things first, day or night?
Night.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
You a vegetarian?
No.
Tacos or burgers?
Tacos.
Fruit or veggies?
Fruit.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beach.
Oh man, no. Yo, it's like all these things are like past life, next life. True. I'm here. It's like so really, I want to be in the mountain, like long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can go mountains.
Yeah.
You could say both too. It's all good.
Yeah, that's definitely
Mountains by the beach.
Yeah. Right. Mountain overlooking a beach. Yeah.
Sunrise or sunset?
Ooh, both.
Okay. See, sometimes you gotta pick both.
Yeah.
I know we're sipping tea here, but you a coffee or a tea guy?
Tea.
Nice. You got a favorite type
of tea? Nah. Just anything that I need at the moment. Just knowing that like the ground can give me what I need.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It is definitely. I was started as coffee once my caffeine journey started, but it's definitely been leaning more towards tea.
I never got into coffee like that. Like
I'm Dominican, I can't help
it. and granted, maybe you need like the real thing, like
when that Cafe Bustelo.
Yeah,
that's Cuban coffee, but that shit.
Yeah, I probably need the real thing.
But it's also, so I'm sure coffee has way more caffeine. So some people who drink tea for more of the medicinal purposes, you may not really need coffee. But now if you're drinking 10 cups of tea just for the caffeine content, you might as well drink fucking coffee.
At that point,
you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, that's
Rook, you gonna come up? Come on.
Hey, you might as well get in the shot.
Oh, she got a toy down there or something. You want to come up? Fuck off. All right. So we're going to tea. What about booze or buds?
Buds.
Hell yeah. Indica or sativa?
Sativa.
See, I'm the same way. I feel like most creative people are sativa.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be stuck.
Yeah, sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Hip hop or classic rock?
Hip hop.
Naturally. Sweetie. So on hip hop, Bad Boy or Death Row?
Death Row.
Okay.
Only because they actually saw success as independent artists for real. Like a lot of people.
Like once they broke out individually.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah, like not a lot of people know who Craig Mack is.
Yeah, and I love him.
Yeah,
no,
so exactly.
And it's like so a lot of people under Diddy didn't really get what that real. I don't know. I don't speculate on why, but whatever Suge was doing, his people were definitely getting paid, and they were definitely
they got more
getting what they
shine
needed
at
out of the
Death Row.
music. Yeah.
No,
He said it on stage. If y'all don't want to produce it, dancing in the videos,
produce being in the videos.
Yeah, so
that's very true. All right, so we're going Death Row.
They moved as a unit. Biggie didn't even like Craig Mack, man.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's like y'all should have been best friends. Y'all were dope. Right.
Anyway, R.I.P. to all parties involved.
Straight up.
Chuck Berry or Little Richard?
Oh man.
Come on, sweetie.
Dang, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't even know. I watched there's Cadillac Records that got Chuck Berry in it. I watched the Little Richard movie that used to be on VH1. So I know a little bit about both their stories, but I guess I'll just say I'll say both.
Yeah, you can.
I'll say both. I'll say Chuck Berry because like just the invention of like the dancing with the guitar and all that stuff. Like he needs his credit.
Stylistically,
yeah, the style of being a guitarist. But Little Richard, because like I was gonna say him first because like he grew up in the church. He has like more similar backstory to me, so I can kind of connect with his whole seeing like the music industry as a way to express himself and standing on it too. Like he didn't really like let people change him, so that was dope.
True.
Yeah.
So we're going both?
Yeah, both. Yeah, they're both fly for what they did.
No, exactly, and that's why some of these are tough. You know, there's no wrong answers here, man. Yeah. Hey, Rue, you good?
Yeah, no, it's like a bond being started, and I'm okay with it.
She knows. Yeah. She knows the vibes. She's like, "Oh, you're on the show now.
Yeah,
I see you got the mic in your hand now."
It's a vibe.
All right, so we're going both on those. What about Bob Marley or Beanie
Marley?
Man?
Yeah, I didn't even know what you were about to say next. Yeah, look at my shirt, man.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. I'm a big
but
Bob,
Beanie Man, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Bob Marley, like, yeah, he's like next level. He spoke to the world. He didn't even just speak to Jamaicans. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he wasn't even a musician. He was more of like a
full-on artist.
Yeah,
like, he was like a leader.
I mean, yeah, borderline prophet. We're gonna get real deep.
Come on, man. Come on.
We're gonna get real deep here.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we going Bob. TV or movies?
Movies.
Okay. You got a favorite movie? Or favorite genre of movie?
No, I don't think I had a favorite. It's just I like the experience of a movie.
Kind of tells the whole story within this piece of film.
Yeah. Granted, I'm becoming a fan of like I think the best form of content for storytelling now is like a 10-episode series.
Yeah, I like these new mini-series format that a lot of these things are doing.
I like that they're like you could tell a good full story in that time and it's still compact. It's not 80 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just don't want to spend that much life trying to catch up on a good story, even if it's great. It's like that's that much time.
That is valid. I literally just last night I just finished. I don't know if you've seen on Netflix Nicky Jam, that reggaeton artist. He has like it's a 12 episode. I think they're each an hour, but it's basically a mini series and it's about his life. It's pretty nuts.
I just watched the Mike one about Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's crazy.
Good shit.
Yeah, it's like I think 8 episodes. It jam packs a lot in there.
Well, even like Last Dance. I thought it was what we said Mike at first.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. Me and my girl just watched the Redeem Team. You see that one yet?
I only seen the
basketball
Dream Team, but I didn't see the Redeem Team.
I think we watched both, but
somebody just told me about that actually. I forgot who it was that just mentioned that.
That one's just more.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, somebody just told me about that one.
I liked that. I liked them both equally. The Dream Team was more for nostalgic purposes because that's like when we were kids.
Yeah, that's the classic.
The Redeem Team, like I remember that
story. I wasn't like that. I wasn't like into the Olympic side of basketball at the time, but I do want to watch it just because like they weren't dominating. It was like it was a real story behind it, you know. So I want to watch that part of it because that was America fighting for country dominance.
Exactly,
that was us standing together. That was pretty cool.
When they do make that distinct point in the doc, which I like too, where because they all come from different teams, people got egos and shit, and they were like, "Listen, man, they got Coach K to be the coach, and he's humbled the shit out of all of them." He's like, "Listen, man, like we are playing for our country, you know what I mean? Fuck the Lakers,
all that
fuck
other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good watch. You should check it out.
Most def.
Since we were talking about books earlier, you a physical book or audio book?
Physical so far. I'm gonna say audiobook. Audiobook because at this point, I'm not okay. So what I do a lot of studying, And part of my studies has become playing audiobooks at like 3 hours into my sleep cycle.
Okay.
And I'm waking
So
up.
it plays while you're sleeping.
Yeah, but specifically at like REM.
You have it set on a timer or something?
I'll play like meditation music or something at a certain, like, where I know it's only 3 hours
Got you. Okay.
left, and then so it's like I'll wake up even in the middle of the night in like a daze and hear,
Still hearing it.
and I'm still like I'm waking up knowledgeable.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I've always heard about, and I used to do it, but I haven't done this in a while, where like you would have the notebook next to the bed or something, so if you wake up with an idea or inspiration, you can jot it down.
I try. So my thing with that was I never wanted to. It's like I like to stay in that space between sleep and being awake. Whereas, like, you know, before you fully decide, okay, I'm getting up, where you're just kind of like laying there. And
Yeah.
I like to be there, and I've kind of, I don't want to say master because I don't know what the next level of it is, but I feel like at this current point in my life, I've mastered that space a good bit to where like I'm retaining what I'm thinking about. What used to happen is every time I wake up completely, I'll forget it all. As soon as I decide
You
to
gotta
wake up,
stay in that like
so
in
I
between
stay there
space.
and I figure out the interpretations of everything, and then it's like, what's the more? And it's a fight. I'm in my head like realizing, okay, dang, I almost lost that thought. And I'm like going down a checklist every like 20 seconds or something. But at the end of the day, when I wake up, it's like, all right, cool. Now I know exactly what like my mission is, and it's like I'm listening to something versus deciding something.
It's almost like you're doing mental exercises.
Yeah.
Which is fucking.
It's kind of crazy.
Probably a great idea.
Yeah, man.
When you really think
like,
about
I might,
it.
yeah, that might, I might have to like, because like I'm telling you, it's been
You
helpful.
do calisthenics without even leaving bed, bro.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Have you heard of is it astral projection?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
That's-
and I've tried
That's
it.
almost where I thought you were going a little bit. It's like kind of in the same lane. It sounds like.
I was telling the car about it. Like I had a brief moment where like I feel like I was starting to do it, not that I was doing it on purpose or even knew what I was doing.
It just naturally was.
Yeah,
felt
it's
it
like
happening.
And then he told me, it's like, or it was like a group of things that I was looking up at the time was telling me like you have to visualize, and this is why I said I want to start practicing my visualization more. Like I see visions of the future, but it's hard for me to like visualize the now in a crazy way. But like the idea of like visualizing your body leaving it, and you have to like be in the space of feeling your body on the bed, but seeing your body lift. And it's like I haven't gotten there yet, but I was feeling moments of that stretch, but that's what also led me into this new wave of like how I study through the night. Yeah, that's what got me there. So it's like I haven't quite got to like the astral projection side of it, but I'm definitely on like.
They sound parallel.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's not projection because it's like in that sense, like, I mean, the extent of what I heard, you can fly around the world. And
yeah.
So it's like with this is more like I'm still kind of more deciphering third dimensional things and just trying to live life a little bit more present.
Got you.
But the astral projection side seems like, when I got that situated, now let's go.
Once you master that,
it's like now I want to go have some fun. Let me go to Beijing. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. I mean, I've heard of it. I watched a doc on it one time. I have never experienced it per se, but I feel like I've had a dream where I felt like it was happening, but I know I was in.
If it's a dream, that might be it too.
That could have been it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I guess. I'm conscious enough to know that I don't know how to like purposefully do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like I'm
trying to get there.
It takes pure like I think disconnection from everything to get to that point though. You
I mean,
have to like really
gotta put these things down.
Yeah.
Gotta fucking get step into nature like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you do, I mean, I don't know if like you're into camping or just getting outside, just disconnecting from this concrete jungle that we live in. I feel like you almost always feel refreshed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
beach, mountains, whatever.
That, yeah, the hurricane. Quick snippet, man.
Yeah,
the hurricane, like Ian, it created like this, like it broke this, like drainage pipe in the lake where I
By
stay.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are all good though, hopefully.
Yeah. No, it's cool. But it broke down into like this into the woods. But what it did was it took down a tree as well, and what it did is made like all the water from the lake. So the lake is pretty low. but it drained down into this like oasis. So it's like a beach down there now.
Really?
And like we've kind of like made a little thing. Like, it's like a little vibe. So like that is somewhere that more recently that has been happening. Like specifically going there to like walk around in it. It's like little river things around it and everything. So it's like being able to just disconnect, sit there. I think the last time I went out, I fell asleep, just took a nap.
Hell yeah, bro.
Like an hour, just being in that space. So yeah, it definitely helps to disconnect. And it's like it's stuff that you do as a kid naturally. You're just running around having a good time, but you don't realize like how important it is.
Well, and that's what's funny because just as you're speaking, I mean, we've both been saying disconnect, but in all reality, it's like we're reconnecting with where.
Yo, shout out to Sean from Divergent U. Shout out to Sam from Divergent U. This is crazy. Yeah, like okay, so my boy Sam, we're the ones that like discovered this thing and kind of been playing with it. His brother as well. But he has a damn right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Damn right. So we got he has a school called Divergent U that I also graduated from too.
Okay.
I did like an 11-week leadership course. There's another person that is an alumni from the school named Sean, and he has a business called Reconnect. And that's exactly what it is. Going somewhere camping, and you have to leave your phone.
Nice.
You cannot take the phone. You literally have to be with everyone.
Yeah, like so you'll be fine. Your world's not going to end like people think it is.
Back to,
you'll be okay.
And remind yourself of that more than anything, you know, because it's not fully our faults that we don't remember that. Like everything in society is telling you not to, but having that time to do it, I'm sure is beneficial. You know?
No, absolutely. And I mean, I feel like we're probably around the same age, so I'm sure you remember growing up. We didn't have cell phones, but even with like unless you called your friend's house and they happened to be home and they were available to play with you or whatever, like
it wasn't.
Otherwise, you got to go figure some shit out.
You got to hang out with the people in your neighborhood.
You better go in the woods.
Don't sit in your room and talk to people that's not here until AOL chat rooms. And stuff
AIM and all that stuff.
That changed the game, but
which really did. I mean, when it hit, we thought it was the greatest thing ever, and it is a great advancement of technology, but comes with some stipulations, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is funny.
Ramifications. So, we got through the whole. Is there more?
Oh no, there's more. Yeah, we got a little sidetracked. I'm just saying consciously. I'm gonna try to start saying reconnect instead of disconnect.
That's smart.
You know what I mean?
Yes, Just man. We are changing words, man. So we're not saying good morning no more. Morning is not a bad thing, to be honest. Like as far as MOURN, but.
You say buenos dias.
I say buenos dias. Yeah, see, and there's a thing about the inflection and tones in different languages.
It sounds way happier in Spanish.
Exactly.
It definitely does.
Exactly.
More warm and welcoming. That's
agree.
very true.
Yeah,
I never really thought about that morning. I mean, it's literally
I say
one letter
rising.
Between.
It's the difference.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. Do you skate?
I do.
Goofy or regular?
Wait.
You're footing.
I'm goofy.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm left-handed, so everything about my life is awkward.
No, I mean, I'm right-handed. I ride goofy.
Oh, okay. So maybe I just...
I don't know if that translates per se.
Okay, so tell me what goofy is.
Goofy is when you ride with your right foot forward. Regular is your left foot forward.
Yeah, I ride with my right.
Okay, so you're goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like to kick with my left.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the way you're supposed to do it. Some people will ride goofy, but they still push with their right foot, which
I've seen that.
It's called
and
mongo.
Keep it on the back foot.
Yeah, it's awkward as fuck.
Yeah, I don't
They
like
call
that
mongo pushing.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't know if there is a direct correlation from stance to like.
I know I'm left leaning on most things of my like.
You ever play baseball? Like you bat lefty or golf or anything?
Is
it would be. Yeah, kind of swinging towards your right side. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like most things like I bowl left.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely I feel more comfortable with my left side.
Yeah.
And I feel more strong on my right side when it comes to skating.
That's how I always felt because I feel like growing up, almost all my skate homies skated regular, but to my knowledge, we were all primarily right-handed. So I was usually like one of the oddballs, you know what I mean? I'll say, why do I ride different? But who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Can you do the trick? All right, cool.
Yeah, I knew my favorite trick was ride fast.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Bomb a fucking hill or something.
Yep. In the garages at UCF.
Exactly.
Doing stuff that I would never dare to do today.
Yeah.
But like, because one little rock, we're destroyed. But like, yeah. And bro, somehow I survived like the craziest things. Yeah, UCF was a wild time in my life too, man.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit because we're both UCF alumni, and I think I've met you
Oh, in a past life?
Way back. Yeah, basically when we were both in another life. But we'll get to that later. Remind me to come back to
That's so cool.
We'll try to get through some of these other ones real quick. Fly or teleport? Astral projection and shit.
Sheesh. Teleport.
Okay.
Flying sounds cool until it's like you're eating bugs and all. Like,
you can fly above that shit, right?
I mean, yeah,
I don't know
probably,
how. I don't
but
know
like
how
the wind chill and all that. I feel like
mic.
teleporting, just doing it quick, is probably the coolest way.
Hold the mic up a little.
Oh yeah, that's probably the coolest way, teleporting.
All right, we're going teleport. A little throwback here. NFL Blitz or NBA Jams?
Ooh. I'm primarily a basketball guy, but I think Blitz was definitely
the shit.
Blitz was
Blitz
was too much fun. Like
I'm with you.
The sayings, all the stuff that happened. Yeah, Blitz is the one.
Another throwback: Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers?
I haven't even heard anybody say Blitz in forever. Whoa,
bro. Hey, I mean,
let me just like
reminisce for a little bit.
Dang, yeah,
Blitz was my shit, bro.
Dope,
I was never a football kid either, but I loved NFL.
Yeah, that was just like NBA Street was cool, but I really liked NFL Street too. Well, I think NBA Street was definitely my favorite out of the two, but NFL Street was really fun.
I want to say I preferred NBA Jam over. Let me start over. I preferred NFL Blitz over NBA Jam, but I think I preferred the street ball over the street football.
Yeah, that's my stance too. Yeah,
I mean they're all great games, but
NBA Street was wild, especially 2 and 3 and.
Yeah, they started throwing in the crazy tricks. You fucking dunk from the 3-point line and shit.
When they introduced the Afro guy, that's when like.
Yeah, basically Dr. J, like reinvented.
That was it.
All right, so the next throwback: Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers?
Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely have more experience with the Turtles.
You could say neither too, you know.
Yeah, it's like
fuck them.
I watched the Turtles a good bit, so I rock with it. Power Rangers kind of got repetitive to me.
Yeah, I hear you. Salsa or guacamole?
I thought you were gonna say or merengue.
We could go there too. Bachata or merengue?
I was about to say I was gonna hit you with the bachata. You said salsa or
guacamole?
Neither actually. Okay. I eat the chips dry.
Word?
Yeah, that's my thing.
Damn, that's rare.
Yeah,
we got a first here.
Yeah, I'm a dry tortilla man.
I'm a dry chip motherfucker.
I'm a dry chip guy.
Word. All right.
And tea.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. As long as you got some tea by you. Last few here: Apple or Android?
Apple. Apple for the connectivity, but Android. And I haven't had an Android phone in forever since I got an Apple. But truth being told, I'm sure Androids are probably better phones.
As far as flexibility and kind of user friendliness, well, maybe not user friendliness, but flexibility and all that shit. I've been hearing that too. They got all sorts of new stuff, but I'm the same way.
You got more control over your Android.
Yeah.
So. It's like, what do you want to do? But I don't really want to be doing too much with my phone outside of the stuff I can do with my Apple. So
yeah, that's true.
Right now.
And once you're kind of integrated into the Apple shit, it's like, well, I'm stuck here now.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I can access it everywhere. Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, I'm sure you can relate with like creating stuff, just being able to fucking airdrop it anywhere. Like that shit probably has saved me years of my life.
Definitely.
Do you like peanut butter?
Yes.
You a crunchy or creamy?
Creamy.
Creamy?
Yep.
So we established you're not a vegetarian. Mm-hmm. You like the chicken, the wing or the flat? Like the leg or the drum or the flat?
Flat.
Flat.
I really enjoy the drum, even though I know it's not as much meat and all that. They say it's like I enjoy the drum, but I think it's the flat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they both got some good chicken on there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just adjusted to being a flat guy like 3-4 years
Do you
ago.
do any of those crazy new age fucking ways that people are eating this shit?
I've never heard of them. What are you talking about?
I mean, the first one
how are people eating today? What are they doing with food?
The first one I seen is where basically they'll just hold it by the end and just strip all the meat off with their teeth. I've seen people like pushing it into their plate. It's basically you're loosening the meat from the bone. I just fucking eat it like a person.
Yeah, I'm not into gymnastics with my food.
Hey, They claim you get more meat that way, but who fucking knows?
You could just, I mean,
you could just pick the bone
growing up in
clean.
a black home, you're like almost beat if you don't finish
If you
the
leave a
chicken
little meat
around
on
it. So
there.
you gotta kind of like eat around it anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like fighting it to eat it. That's like that's kind of like I love lobsters and crabs and stuff, but it's like I don't want to fight my food. Yeah, like
Nah, I love me some seafood, but you're right. It is. You got some homework to do first.
Yeah.
Before you ever
hire somebody. Crack my lobster.
One of these days, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna get there.
Oh my god!
So when you're drinking OJ, we going pulp or no pulp?
No.
Or some pulp.
I could do light
pulp.
Yeah, it's better for you. But
yeah,
I like it without mainly, but I would take some.
Just not the extra pulp where it's fucking just looks like fucking sour milk. All right, and then the last one, I added this one because on one of the recent episodes we kind of had a little debate about this.
Okay.
And hopefully none of this happens to anybody here, but basically if you had to choose between being deaf or being blind, which one you going?
Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna definitely say neither.
And you can say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say neither, but let me actually think about this.
But yeah, just if you had to think about it.
Blind.
See, mine was always, they would both suck, and again, knock on wood, I would say neither as well. But the reason I would say I don't think I could stand being deaf, bro, because imagine life without music.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where I'm at.
You know what I mean?
I think blind I can do it because
it would suck.
Your eyes are lined anyway.
Yeah, I mean half the time, yeah.
Yeah, so I
they
think
just show you what the brain tells them to show.
Yeah,
you.
so I could walk around in my 3 to 5 a.m. sleep life at all times. I think
basically
that'll probably be better. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
All right, well you heard it here. Heard it here first, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
No, yeah, that's the ones and twos, man. Just,
yeah, I like it.
You know, a little bit of personality and whatnot. But yeah, so before I forget, man. I'm going to say a name. If you know this name, then I feel like I met you in the past life. But I can't remember because this was I graduated UCF and I did a 5-year program. So I was 2013, almost 10 years ago.
Okay. And I did 5 too. Yeah. But I did 20. I was 2014.
You know what I mean? Something wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know why. What's everyone's rush?
Nothing wrong with
they
that.
had to go through summers. And it's like, nah, I didn't come to college to go to school in the summer.
So... do you know or remember a dude named Javari?
I know at least
Javari.
2.
Fuck out it. He lives in Atlanta now.
Okay, so the name sounds familiar. Okay. I gotta put a face to it. You have a face? Yeah, please give me a face.
So if I'm correct,
the name sounds familiar.
This dude was my roommate for a couple years. We lived in this house right off University by Rouse.
Okay.
And he used to throw parties all the time. And I know he was tapped in with all the fraternities and shit. Like right across from that Wendy's.
Okay.
Literally, right, that neighborhood right across from there, that was the spot we used to live at.
Okay.
But he used to throw parties all the time, and he was super tapped in with like the frats and the sororities and stuff.
It was like the neighborhood. Yeah. So like if you're going up University and Wendy's on your right, you go a little bit past Wendy's and turn to your left.
Yep.
Yeah, my uncle lives over there too. I remember at least 2 parties over there that I was involved with.
Word. I think you might have been to my house.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let me see.
That's so I was talking about that. It's like that the parties that used to happen by my uncle's house that were like right around the corner from him are probably your house. That's crazy. What a world we live in.
I know, man. He might have deleted his shit. Damn, that sucks. Actually, no, I got him right here. What am I talking about? So he's the one in the middle.
You heard that, Rue? Oh, wow. You know what? He doesn't go by that at all.
He goes by Jay usually.
Yeah. He was my barber for a long time.
He is a barber. Yeah, he got his own shop up in Atlanta now. That was my roommate for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, I've never called him whatever.
Javari. Yeah.
I don't think
I know him since high school.
That. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he was when I lived in Point.
Shouts to Javari.
Yeah,
or Jay, my fault.
You had me always on point. He lived right across from me when I lived in Point too.
Yeah,
I just walk over there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's my guy. Yeah. That's crazy.
I could have sworn and this was years ago. It kind of like I thought of it when I first saw you kind of on the hip hop scene, and then it just left my memory. Mm-hmm. And then recently I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna fucking ask him about this.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That was when you had short locks.
Yeah. I didn't even have locks yet.
I feel
They were
like,
like,
when did you start growing them? That was after college?
Oh no, that actually was because I
I
started
feel like-
locking them in 2012.
I was going to say, I feel like it was
Yeah, they
like
were just
the
starting,
first stage
right.
of the lock, if
It
I
was
remember
like 2-3
correctly.
years.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, man.
crazy world, right?
That is crazy. Like to the point that I just learned.
It's good to see you again, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, you look different.
Yeah, my fucking hair's, both our hair's a little longer, I guess, now.
Man. You grow up.
But yeah, some funny shit.
That is wild, man.
So-
UCF was a wild time.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I go back there now, too, it's a fucking different world. Cause like my sister went there, so I'd be going back there every so often and
My
whatnot.
brother too.
But yeah, so shouts to the other nights out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the alum nights checking in, and if you didn't graduate, it's okay too. Like we still family to me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you were there at the time that we were,
It's
we
all
all
good.
like
It's all
part of
good.
the family.
But for those who don't know, my man Payne's not only a musician, hip hop artist, businessman, fucking boss. I mean,
Thank
the
you.
list goes on, man.
Thank you.
But we want to get to know Payne the person.
Yeah.
So start at the humble beginnings. Where you from? What brought you to Florida if you're not from Florida? What got you started in music? You know what I mean? You were talking about your church influence. I want to hear all the good stuff.
All
What
right.
makes Payne Payne?
Definitely my parents. Like definitely just like that's the phase I'm in my life right now. Like fully embracing the fact that like I'm the amalgamation of my
Yeah.
parents' choices and
Yep.
everything. So like, yeah, Broward, Fort Lauderdale is where I'm from.
That's where you're from?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
born in Plantation, not on a plantation.
I know Plantation.
Yeah, they tried to make me a slave since I was born, man, but it's not happening.
Nah, fuck. that.
But yeah,
Fuck,
Broward.
wait.
Yeah, right. Broward County.
Which one is it? Fuck out it.
Yeah, out of here.
Fuck out it.
Broward County is where I was born and raised.
So you're Florida boy through and through.
Yeah, fully. But and South Florida is a little different. It's like
It is.
It's like an island connected.
It is. It's like
the
the
rest of
new
the state.
new Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
My
So,
girl's from
yeah.
West Palm. She's Haitian.
Yeah, exactly. Tri-County. You know, shout out to everybody West Palm, Broward County, and Dade, and Key West now. Just 'cause- yeah.
We could throw the keys
Yeah,
in there.
That's the southernmost, so you might as well. Shout out Jake G. So yeah, we got Broward County. I was in churches while in my mother's belly. It was like a new lifestyle for her, like a little bit before I was born. So yeah, like I grew up fully in church. at
Like
least 2
singing
days
in
a-
church and stuff? Or you mean just like attending?
Just even before the music, yeah, just being in church
Being
as a
in the
kid. Like, I was
environment.
very involved. My mother was a minister.
Word.
So I was at Sunday school. I was at Sunday service. I was at Wednesday night service for like 16 years, at least 16, 17 years. And then like if anybody knows about Fifth Sunday reunions, that's like on any month that has 5 Sundays, you're in church for like 7 days straight. So yeah, every night church and then school, church and then school. So yeah, church was like a big part of my life growing up. Definitely where I learned a lot about, like, as far as like seeing music and feeling it, because it's different than just like hearing it. Like when you're seeing people perform.
Oh,
it,
yeah, playing
and seeing-
live.
Yeah, you're seeing all
Yup.
of that, and on a weekly basis too. A lot of the people in my church were like also aspiring to be singers and stuff for real
like
to
that.
like actually be in the industry. So
Yeah.
I was able to see like a little bit of that.
You're exposed to it at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
I got to playing piano a little bit. I got to playing guitar for a little bit.
There you go.
I never got really good at it, but I helped. I've done more performances as a piano player, which is funny. I had like a set of keys that I knew I was gonna hit, and I got funky with it the whole time. But I was just doing those same. Sometimes I was faded to the left, faded to the right, but I was just doing that same thing the whole time.
Hey, man.
But I've done that with my brother. He played drums, so both of my brothers played drums.
Nice.
I've done the sound at church. I got to being like the CD
Like
person.
audio engineering.
Yeah, helping with the sound.
Okay.
All the AV side. Well, not AV, but just the audio side. I sang in the choir. I sang like 2 different tones. Whatever I did tenor, like trying to make my voice deep.
When you were young,
Yeah, but
Like,
like
nah,
naturally I had a low
yeah,
voice.
I'm a
higher
man.
voice. Yeah, so I did both at some point. And we started a drum line at church with
That's
my
dope.
my brother. Yeah, we started after the movie Drumline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts to Nick Cannon.
Got into that whole like wave with our church too. But yeah, man, just a lot of influence in that. A lot of the music is in my music now, like the melodies and the flows. I got a lot of that stuff in my music now. But yeah, South Florida church, and a lot of family gatherings up until a certain point. Like every year there was like family gatherings, and that was like where I could kind of like express the other side of me. Like growing up in my household was definitely church, but like being around my other family was like, you could dance a little bit to this song.
Well, yeah. So like, what kind of music were you guys listening to in the household and stuff?
In the house, I mean, really, it wasn't. It was always gospel. We really didn't
wow.
listen. Yeah, you didn't listen to anything else really outside of that. Granted, I had my headphones that
Yeah,
I listened to my own stuff.
Yeah,
so like, I was sneaking my Eminem CD Encore got found. It wasn't even mine. It was borrowed. It got broken.
Yep.
And all type of stuff. I had a little Wayne CD that I left it in the CD changer. That got found and broken. So yeah, it wasn't allowed, but when I'm with my family, of course, I'm hearing like that's kind of where my affinity to like the popular style of every genre. So like I was hearing pop rap growing up more than I was hearing the underground. I got into the underground later, but the pop side of it is what taught me how to write hooks and actually like make a song. So I kind of knew how to write a song.
You talking pop rap? Because I'm trying to think. This is like what, like late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So this is like,
and even mid a little bit. Like one of my early memories of like getting into rap was hearing "Kicking the Door" by Biggie.
Okay.
Yeah, and it might have been on a radio station or something. Like I used to keep a little blue radio with me. This is like elementary school, but yeah, it was that era. So like '97 to like 2001.
True. Yeah, like end of elementary school, middle school type shit.
Yep. Ludacris got me to curse for the first time.
Yeah.
With his song Saturday.
Okay.
I didn't know he was saying big old ass. I thought he was. I don't know what I thought last was, but I was saying
big old lass.
Big old lass, like
Lassie the dog.
Yeah, and that's probably what I thought. But then somebody
she's like,
said,
no.
Somebody said, "Ooh, he cursing."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh dang, I started to curse."
My bad.
I'm cursed now.
Yeah, guess what, Mom? I curse now.
Yeah, well, I would never say that, but yeah, not even today. She can see it. But nah, man, that's that's the era. Definitely had the opportunity. I was definitely a dancer. I danced a lot when I was little. Like not as a dancer professionally or nothing, but I just enjoyed dancing. People would tell me to dance a lot.
You felt more creative through dance versus like maybe writing or
singing. No. Definitely was into music, like writing and stuff like that more, and books and all that. But as far as like how I express myself, they used to, Brandon, go dance.
Dance.
Yeah, like, have my church socks on so I can slide around the kitchen better. Used to do a lot of like Michael Jackson impressions when I was little too.
Hell yeah. Moonwalk never hurt.
Yeah, bro. I used to be able to really do that shit. Like, I used to really know how to moonwalk, and it's like it's all in like this part of your leg.
It's all like an illusion, right? I saw a slow-mo version of it one time, and it almost seemed like you are moving backwards, but I don't know. You probably could explain it better.
He's almost. It's like he's using his toe, just the toe, to push, and you got to have enough strength here to continue to keep the glide going. You're really just scooting back. But it's like this part of your leg is super.
Your fucking Achilles is just like flexing.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson has some strong ankles. Let's say that. So yeah, man. So yeah, no, that was life. Like South Florida, growing up in South Florida too is very like chill. It's like people from the north come there and say it's a slow city in the sense of like.
True, really, Broward?
Yeah, Broward County. I know I got a different rep now because you see all the youngins. But Broward County still is a majority retirement city. Maybe not majority anymore, but it's a retirement city. There's a lot of old New Yorkers. There's a lot of old people.
I usually think of the west coast of Florida like that, like Naples.
Well, it's Florida. It's Florida as a whole. Florida is a retirement state.
That's a fact.
But
even Orlando.
And Broward, like literally Broward County is like a lot of that. Yeah, so it's a chill place. It's still very country. It's like low key.
True. I mean, I like South Florida. It's a little expensive, you know.
It's too expensive to be that country and low key. You know what I mean? Well, Broward County specifically, like Miami makes sense. It's around all the drug money and all that other stuff. But Broward County is like it's in the middle of.
Well, so Fort Lauderdale is technically Broward County, right? Pretty much between Fort Lauderdale and Miami is where Miami-Dade County starts. Somewhere in there.
Well, okay, so is West Palm goes down to about the top of Boca. Boca is a part of Broward County.
Okay.
There's parts of Boca, I believe, that are considered West Palm, though. And then Broward is from that to about like where people say they're from Miami if they're from here. It's like Pembroke Pines area.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like, and I'm not a fan of those people. Yeah, cause all
You're
through
phony.
Yeah, all through Broward, all through UCF is like I'm definitely somebody that helped put Broward on the map at UCF.
Word.
Because I was blatant about repping Broward, not Miami. People just, it's like, oh, well, they probably wouldn't know whatever the city, Pembroke Pines, they probably wouldn't know what that is. So I just say Miami. It's like, no, they will know what Broward is if you say that. So stop lying.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Like Ace Hood was our first star, and he claimed Miami, so that shit hurts.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Kodak claims Broward.
Yeah,
right?
Kodak.
The new generation,
new generation,
much more
we
claims.
We put it on the front street. I mean, even Ace Hood has now went back to claiming.
He's like, my bad. Let me backtrack.
He went to like high school with my aunt type shit.
Damn.
Like come on, man.
I mean, I can sort of relate only because when people ask where I went to high school, I say Jacksonville. But
I was peeping this.
Yeah, exactly. But so technically, Jacksonville's Duval County, as I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
I went to high school in Clay County, which is
that's
like
the one right next to
exactly. And it's a little town called Orange Park that most people don't know what the fuck
exactly
that is. So I'm like, yeah, Jacksonville.
That's still Jacksonville. Yeah. That's all of it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would still call it Duval too. Honestly, I get it.
It's close enough.
It's how I see Orlando. Like people try to separate Orlando, but it's like no, it's all Orlando. Altamont Springs, all this stuff is Orlando to me.
So I'm the same way, but the crazy thing. So I work in Maitland, right by Altamont, and the crazy thing is, like, if I could go get lunch 5 minutes away, and I'm in Seminole County. But to me, I'm still in Orlando. But it's like, no, you're in Maitland in Seminole County now. I'm like,
the little sign.
Fuck.
You're an exit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
My bad. I didn't mean to leave.
So at what point in your childhood journey did you decide, like, I want to make my own music?
Wrote my first rap in first grade
with
my big sister on my birthday.
Nice.
That's a line from shout out to Sharonda. Yeah, she just sat with me and wrote a rap. And yeah, like watching it was when Disney
still remember that rap too, huh?
I did for a long time. What's funny is that rap was my like freestyle rap until about 8th grade. I don't remember it anymore. I've tried to, but it's probably in a notebook somewhere. But yeah, I did that, but I also was like writing like little books and stories and stuff too at the time. So I wasn't really committed to music.
You just enjoyed the process.
I enjoyed
of
it.
writing.
Yeah, it was cool. And I would say at that time I wasn't even writing music that much.
Yeah,
but
like
that
poetry,
rap stuck with me.
stories,
Yeah, that rap just stuck. But then I would say middle school, I started like, hold up.
Taking it a little more serious.
Yeah, middle school. Well, high school is definitely what became serious. Middle school was like, now I'm showing people that I got to rap.
Okay.
So that's when I started actually rapping
Displaying
that rap
your
out
skills.
loud. Yeah, like, yo, beat on the table. I got
True.
you. You know what I'm saying? And that was my thing in middle school. A lot of that. Middle school, I was actually even more drawn to sports, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't play
basketball?
I didn't play in any teams. But like in my team sports classes, that was my expression of that. So like, I realized how good I was. Like some of the top tier college or high school to college football players and stuff were in middle school with me. A lot of them were on the little league teams at the time. Broward is like a big little league city. Like Broward County or South Florida and Texas are like the main two crops of football players.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So I was running against a lot of these people and like
you got to
speeds
keep up.
match. Yeah, like we were like actually.
Oh, you mean like you were?
I was actually pretty good.
Contender.
Yeah, I didn't. It's like I never really exerted myself in sports. I just liked to do it.
True. Naturally gifted, without the practice, or not as much practice.
Yeah, and granted, I probably wasn't sharp on any of the things that matter, but things like football is like catch the ball,
run
as fast as you can,
catch, run,
avoid people,
don't drop it.
Yeah, so like that was fun to me. I really like enjoyed football in middle school. I didn't play for any teams, like I said, and in class we didn't play tackle or nothing. But I enjoyed basketball. I enjoyed all that. I enjoyed golf. I was really good at bowling. Yeah, I was actually really good at bowling, man. I get at least a couple strikes when I play now. Every time. Yeah, I actually really do enjoy bowling.
I was talking about that the other night. I feel like bowling's underrated.
Yeah, bowling.
People hate on bowling for no reason.
I actually never heard anybody just outwardly hate. That would be so stupid. Why are you just hating on some?
Maybe not hate, but I feel like sometimes a group of friends be like, yo, let's go bowling. There's always something, man, fuck bowling.
Oh, my friend, any friends that I've had that said let's go bowling, that was always like, yeah, that is a fun thing to go do. And actually, you know what? We should go bowling. Like, why have we not went bowling yet? That's like literally, I've always talked about having a WTF bowling team.
Bowling's the shit.
Yeah, bowling is fun.
You don't have to be super skilled. Like, you can
just
be
throw
skilled,
the ball,
yeah,
man, and we'll
fun.
show you if you
Toss
mess up,
yeah.
and we'll put the little bumpers up if you need that. But everybody gets to have a good time.
Yeah. If a 3-year-old can bowl, anybody can
Facts,
bowl.
yeah, bowl. Just don't throw the baby. Don't lose the baby.
Probably not a smart idea.
So I would say 8th grade is when I probably got a little more serious. That's when I actually started writing more.
Okay.
I actually started. I
writing
started
your
a
own
little
stuff.
book. Yeah, actually physically writing. By 9th grade, I got a little bougie and started typing.
Like a typewriter or a computer?
Not on a computer. My stepdad got us into
dope,
computers like very early, man.
Yeah.
Like we had AOL in elementary school.
I mean, shouts to him because that was a good idea.
I was a computer kid very early. He was into like programming and all of that.
Yeah.
But by high school, I'm typing up all of my lyrics because I wanted to have like the printout that I can use to rap.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to have to be like reading through my scribbles and stuff. So it was just more about like cleanness and professionalism. Come to find out, that's like what we're supposed to be doing now. You're supposed to keep that same exact printed with the writer name and all that. I was doing that stuff before I knew. I just preferred it that way. Time. Yeah, so 9th grade was where I really got serious because that's when I got introduced to recording.
Okay.
It was so
you could hear yourself on a song finally.
Yeah,
like, wow, I really
it was
like
this 11th grader, man. G, shout out to G, white dude, cool ass white dude from South Florida, dog.
Some of us are all right.
Nah, I got
I'll fuck around.
Yeah, nah, hey. Most people are all right. That's the thing. Most people are all right. Even if they're an asshole sometimes, most people are actually all right. You just got to give them a chance. But nah, G was dope. G saw that I was like a young, gifted rapper, and he was actually the first. I would say, yeah, he's definitely the first person that ever took me under his wing.
Word.
He was already kind of known around the school as a rapper, and it was like, hey, bro, like,
you're good, yeah.
Rock with me. You dope. Like, you should record some stuff. Like,
hell yeah.
He showed me how to record.
So he was a little older, I take it.
He was 11th grade,
okay.
So I was a freshman.
Like
yeah,
big bro.
2 years. Yeah, he was still a kid too. Really.
Yeah, obviously. He's fucking what, 16 years old in 11th grade or some
17,
shit like
yeah.
that. But you were probably what, 13?
I was 14. Yeah, I was about 14, 13, 14.
At that age, those 2 years make a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
it's like, nah, you're a grown up.
Yeah, you're a man, bro.
Yeah, he had a car.
Like, yeah, that's a big distinguishing factor.
Yeah, so it was but not G. The experience with having G around, like I don't even think I've talked about it and it's like grown like because that's so far back.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, G played a huge role in my life, in my music career because like this dude.
Shouts to G, bro.
Yeah, he introduced me to the. Shout out to G, man. Straight out of Pompano. Yeah, he's from Pompano. He's from the same place that Kodak's from. Yeah. The city. I went to Pompano Beach. Nah, he stopped rapping like shortly after graduating high school. He got married and like got a full life, kids and stuff. But I'm sure he's still gifted though. You know, if I challenged him, I should probably call him. I called him like 5 years after like high school and all that, just on some random.
Yeah.
But I should probably call him now.
You hit him on the FaceTime. You're just rapping already. Like what?
I don't have his
what
number.
You got?
Like I would have to find him on Facebook or something.
Damn.
Yeah, this is like throwback.
Yeah,
this is like many phones ago. But nah. So yeah, G got me into it. G he started bringing the blue snowball. You ever had that or heard of that?
Blue snowball.
Blue is a mic. Blue is a audio brand.
Okay, yeah, I know that brand. BLU, yeah.
Yeah, so Blue had a snowball mic. It was a USB mic, and it was shaped like a snowball, and had a little stand.
I think I do know what you're talking about.
That's the mic I started with.
Okay.
That, GarageBand, and Mixpad as my recording
That's
places.
all you need, bro.
G used to bring that to we didn't have school on Fridays at my school. Shout out to Pompano Beach High. Throughout my whole time in high school, never had school on Friday.
Did you do longer days Monday through Thursday or
One
something?
more hour. So it was like 4 extra hours a day or 4 extra hours throughout the week, but you're missing a whole 8-hour day because of it. So it's a good exchange.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yep, 7:05 to 3:05 we were in school.
I would not be mad at that.
Yeah, it was a great time, bro. My high school was definitely, and it was because we had like good grades. It was like a school since it started.
So it was like a reward.
Yeah,
damn near.
it was a reward from the city essentially. And another school had it too, but they lost it while I was there too.
Yeah, because once you start slacking, it's like, all right, well, this isn't working.
It was based on like SATs and FCAT.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember FCATs.
Yeah. But yeah, nah. So the school, no, not the school. On Fridays, he would come over and bring his snowball mic and like show me how to record. And then it became like, yeah, like hold it. Like, you can use the
Yeah,
mic,
you got
know
it.
what I'm saying? Do your thing.
Well, I'm sure he saw you were starting to like take it seriously.
Yeah, I
and
was
you
going
were trying to
crazy,
do
man. I was
something.
recording. Yo, in high school, I just like thought about it the other day. Like, yo, I've been recording. In high school, I recorded like 2,000 songs at least.
Damn.
Yeah, cause it was like every Friday,
That's that 10,000
every
hour
day.
rule, bro.
Exactly. I probably hit 10,000 hours, maybe my second year of college.
That's
Yeah.
shouts to you, bro.
Yeah, it's like I'm actually remembering this now, but yeah, nah. So yeah, G got me into it. We had a TV production program at school.
Okay.
It was a business tech school, so like we put on like a TV show for the morning announcements.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. So with that, we had to shoot music videos. You had to shoot like little content things that the show was about. We had to actually put on the TV show. The last 10 minutes of first period was our show.
So you're also learning at an early age how to be like an independent
producer,
yeah,
director,
basically.
all of that. Yeah,
that's dope.
And like, really like shout out to all the makings of this, because that is like a big part of all of it. Shout out to Miss Weenie, man. Yeah, that was from freshman year to senior year, but freshman year is where I got off, man. Freshman year, I was bringing that blue snowball to school, and during that class, I was doing so much recording. They had GarageBand and all the computers in the back, so I would stay out, like when I would wait after school for my older brother to come get me, I would be in there recording.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I have a lot. I put out my first mixtape in freshman year. It's called Money Over Murder, so I can call it Mom. And everything in Broward was about, every rapper was talking about killing people.
So you kind of used that as a play on words almost.
Yeah,
nice.
So like that was my thing. In freshman year, I was heavy on Lupe. I was really discovering a lot of music at the time too. Like for the first time, actually going and finding CDs and stuff myself, because websites and stuff were popping up for that.
Hell yeah.
And then throughout high school, like being able to show on, because I was making like, these are on YouTube, man. Like music videos about like wearing your ID badge and stuff like that, where I would be flipping like popular songs.
Oh.
So like that would be part of the morning announcements.
Nice.
So like I was showcasing that I was an artist to people.
While being like beneficial to the school, more or less.
And even being like, bro, I sold out of like the out the trunk Master P, selling, like I was selling out the backpack, man. I was buying 100-pack of CDs, $5 a pop, selling them. The 100-pack cost $20.
Boom.
Do the math.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was really cool, and I remember selling out my first 100. It wasn't the Money Over Murder project. It was I think it was House of Pain. Yeah, House of Pain. And it was like my first real like constructed project where I had like an intro, had like doing voiceovers, spooky
skits and shit like that.
Yeah, it was a full project. And yeah, that one I sold on campus for like a.
This is still in high school.
Yeah, this is in high school. It's probably like, it's like 10th or 11th grade when I started actually like putting the music out. Like between 9th and 11th grade, I was recording a lot, and like my friends was hearing a lot. And one of my coolest marketing techniques that happened, I didn't even know I did it until after, but like at that time, high school, and you probably remember this too, was getting like those Mac computers. Like Mac computers were actually in schools a lot. You had the big bubble ones with the color on the back.
Yep.
But then by high school, it was getting into like the more modern version. But on there with the iTunes, if you played a song on the iTunes, even if you didn't have that song on the computer anywhere, it would still play. So I didn't know I was leaving my songs across the school.
It's like a digital footprint.
Yeah, so essentially people would go on these things and they would find my songs, and it was there. So like people just around the school started knowing like, oh, this kid can really rap and he does his thing. So I didn't like exploit it the way I probably could have.
Nice
I didn't
free marketing,
but it was cool. Yeah, like it was really it was dope through high school to be known as the rapper kid. You know,
yeah.
Like, and then 12th grade, I just found these videos on YouTube like 2 nights ago. But like me and my best friend performing at like the assemblies and stuff like that. Like
talent shows.
That was us actually
like
showing it. You know, I think my dad was even at that show.
Hell yeah.
So like, yeah, man, it's been a like high school was really me like figuring out that that's what I really want to do. Cause like by the end of high school, it was like I had deals on the table from like local labels and stuff.
Nice.
I like to say that I turned down a deal to be independent.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
And I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Independence over everything, man. That's real hippie shit. Like the idea of like, I didn't understand the contract at all, but seeing something about them like owning any of my music, that was like the immediate,
owning
like,
something that I made. Yeah,
like
this
in my
doesn't
room,
feel right.
Like in my room, like my junky room with this blue snowball mic. Like, nah, you cannot own that. You can help me make money.
Yeah,
but like, yeah. So I remember
boss
that
mentality right there at an early age, bro.
And I wish I had someone around to show me how to use it. into how to seek the thing that I did want though. Because that was just me turning down something that, even the artists that do take those little situations, they at least learn a lot. They might get fucked over for a little bit. And I probably would have been mad about getting fucked over from that high school music.
Would have been a life experience.
But it's still high school music that I didn't even put out a lot of it. So it wouldn't have been a bad thing.
Yeah.
So it's two sides to it. But definitely by the end of high school, it was like, I'm going to college because this is what I'm supposed to do as like an A student. Like that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's what everybody's telling me to do. But it's like I am pursuing music.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I
so
think
college, bro. Yeah. In college,
this is what's
like
expected of me. Almost.
Yeah. It's like this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you study at UCF?
Event management. I didn't decide to my second year, but it's like
Weird.
I got to figure out something that's gonna teach me about music, like something I could do for my music.
No,
career.
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, so
I was undecided for my first 2 years.
It's
as well.
like, yeah, what is this?
I don't care about this shit.
Yeah, like, and truth being told, even the major didn't teach me. Like, I went into it with the thought of like I want to learn how to throw shows and festivals.
Which is
there was only
smart
one
thinking.
class about festivals. Everything else is about hotel events, conventions.
More like the Orlando traditional
stuff that Rosen,
style of
it's Rosen
hospitality.
College.
Yeah.
So stuff that the Rosen man that owns hotels is stuff that he wanted people to. It was really, and it's smart.
He wanted to groom me to come work for him.
Yeah, essentially, it was a school that pretty much is feeding people to his businesses, which is not a bad thing.
Which
like,
is
that's
insane.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
But yeah,
he bought the school. His name is on it, so you should do that. But I did take what I could from it and apply it, and that's why I throw.
Some things have to apply. In
my
both
first
areas.
event, my first event out of college was a festival, and it was at UCF on Memory Mall. So like,
which one was that?
It was called United Creatives Festival. This was in 2017. It had like 300 people there. I had like 4 hours of just my friends performing, essentially, on like that plot of Memory Mall closest to the flag.
Yeah.
But on the side that's closest to the next plot. So it's just the stage was plotted there, right next to the psychology. I teamed up with CAB, Campus Activities Board.
Okay.
It was after I graduated, but I was in Campus Activities Board so I can get around the performers. So I was there when Drake came. I was backstage with that. I was there when J. Cole came, Kendrick. I met them. All of those like moments were essentially grooming me for now.
Hell yeah.
Like. So yeah, college was
everything happens for a reason. I'm sure you're a believer in that,
bro. Yeah, and like it's almost like, is the universe cynical? Because it's almost so perfect. You know what I mean? It's not just happening for a reason. It's like literally that thing is why this happened. Because when I meet Code, he's gonna remember that.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I guess also maybe manifestation.
And okay, so the only thing that made, because now I'm very sure of my manifestation powers, but at the time I wasn't even aware of that.
True.
So it's like
I
wasn't thinking to
dangling
myself,
the carrot right in front
of you.
Like,
it wasn't.
Hey,
it wasn't me thinking, dang, I want to meet these guys. Like I didn't think it wasn't like, dang, I wasn't even really considering what my music career was at the time. I just knew I loved to make music and I wanted to keep putting it out. So that's something I was very passionate about. But like, I would say after meeting them, it was like, oh, I could do this. Cause like after meeting Cole, B.O.B. was the same year. So this is 09. You were there from 06.
I remember seeing Cole in the arena.
Yeah.
There was like not a lot of people there.
Yeah, this was that.
I remember seeing Drake too.
Drake was like spring of 09 or spring of 2010.
Okay.
09, the first welcome event was B.O.B.
Okay.
And then
I
Cole
don't think I went to that one.
Cole was 2010.
I know I went to Cole.
After all of that, I put out a remix to Cole and Miguel's song, All I Want Is You.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. The first two lines is, my nigga Cole said go, B.O.B. said go, because it wasn't me pulling up to them talking about like, yo, I'm a rapper, guys. I want to be famous. It was like, I'm kind of just like peeping them a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was more like seeing eye to eye. Cole is tall as fuck. The picture of us is funny as hell because he's mad tall. But like, it's like
more on a human level.
Yeah, it was more like that. So like, I felt the energy like, all right, go get it. If you feeling like that, if you feeling like we're peers, and that's what I was telling myself. It's like, these people are not
that much older than us either.
Exactly. Like he was, and I was a big fan of Cole because he was talking about college. He was the only rapper that actually graduated and talked about it.
Yep.
Right? So like,
I was a huge Cole fan of that.
That was that
was
made
like
me,
the warm up era.
That's when I got to college.
Yep.
Right when that stuff was coming out. So yeah, man. Like that. I mean, I think that brings you up to at least like college.
Word. No, I mean, it's now I'm reminiscing too because I was at those shows. It's funny, you know what I mean. I remember Kendrick came too, but I didn't go.
That was 2011.
Yeah, I think that was right around when
He
Good
came
Kid,
twice.
Mad Kitty dropped.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Good Kid, Mad Kitty.
Yeah,
Good
you did
Kid,
say
Mad
it.
City.
Good Kid, Mad Kitty. Yeah.
Hey man, you better watch out out there.
Man. Good Kid, Mad Kitty. Yeah.
So then post college, you know, because you didn't start WTF till after college, right?
Mm-hmm. This was after. That was 2015. So I graduated 2014. The idea of WTF was like spawned in 2015 in a car after open mic.
Word.
And then it became a business in 2017.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's obviously a creative endeavor, but I would imagine for you it's more of a business endeavor.
It's turning into that now that it like it's. I started a business only because I knew independence was the way. So that was like me. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And as I started getting close, this year we turned 5.
Nice.
I was about to say that's a moment because like that's as I got closer to 5, like from years 3 to so essentially since 2020, that's when it started hitting me like, no, this is a business. I wasn't even speaking on it as a business when I like went out to business events. It was hard for me to like interpret it. I went up there and rapped.
Yeah, because you're a creative person.
Like, I don't know
yourself.
how to like tell y'all anything about the business.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the business is. I just know it's doing something. It's a brand more than anything right now. But 2020 to 2022 was like people were telling me, yo, businesses don't even make it to 5 years. You're doing something.
Yeah.
So it became like, let me figure out what I'm doing at least. Like, let me.
Was it the pandemic that kind of forced you to like focus on it, or?
I would say like so through college I was a part of and I am still a part of it, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. It's my frat, shout out to the Blues. Yeah, that's where I learned a lot of like organizational structure because that organization, most fraternities are run like businesses, in sororities, Greek life. So like you're having weekly chapter meetings, you're checking in, you're planning events, you're doing a lot of like,
you're paying dues too.
Yeah, there's like real business behind it. So I learned a lot of that. I was the secretary for all the years I was there. I did other roles too, but I was really keen on making sure things were organized in our notes. And that became like one of my biggest skills with WTF, like having structure, having real meetings that we can discuss these things in a structured way that we know how we can be accountable for it too, so we actually keep moving forward and not just keep talking about things. That's something like as creatives we kind of get lost in having so many ideas and don't keep moving forward. So that actually helped me to think about business in that way. So like it became let me figure out business around. So yeah, 2020 was the slowdown period. I guess what 2020 did, we led into the year of 2020 like with the team and knowing exactly like how we're coming, because by 2018 I was like I quit my job in 2017, so 2018 was like my first full year as an entrepreneur and really pushing WTF as well as my music and everything at once.
That's the ultimate goal, right?
And I didn't know fully what I was doing, but I saved up a little money and was like, let me just bank on myself and see what I can do. So I started off the year 2018 dropping a song a week, doing at least one event a month, and photography was paying my bills. So it was like I was pooped out by the middle of the year and about ready to drop WTF as a whole business, where I wrote one of my favorite songs now, Aesthetic. So that is the other side of it. I don't want to ever put out this idea of like, oh, entrepreneurship is
everything's great.
Like, nah, like I hated myself. You know what I'm saying? I hated everything. I wanted to stop it all. So that you have to go through that too. But by 2019, after going through that trial and then building a team, going into 2020 was like, we know what we're doing. Then the pandemic happened, and what that did was it made everyone have to live how I had been living since 2017. I was already a hermit. I was already realizing I can make all my money from my crib. I only have to come out to do fun things if I want to. So like my whole team had to like get on my schedule. So if I'm waking up and doing meditations on IG Live, shout out to anybody that was around for that era, 10 weeks straight. We did that Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.
Hell yeah.
That became the team schedule. And then it became anybody that could tune in schedule. Then it became, all right, y'all want to jump on a call at 12 and just go over something?
Yeah.
We
brainstorm,
started, we really,
like we were saying earlier.
Yeah, exactly. It became like, let's build each other right now. Let's build something. So I would definitely say that made sense, but I wasn't really surrounded by business mind, so it was still more of a creative endeavor. I think the next year is when I started really thinking like, oh, I started really thinking about at least the financial side of what I'm doing. Like, I had put so much money and life into it and not really considered, as long as I could survive, I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about how do I make it build?
How do I start
grow
like,
it?
yeah,
How do
actually
I,
profiting off this shit?
Yeah, so.
Which at the end of the day is the ultimate goal of a business,
Yeah,
right?
why you started if it's not making money. So yeah, with that in mind, it became, okay, how do, like, I have so much stock if I already have people, and crazy thing is, and this is like business knowledge from that world, the business landscape is changing. The idea that like every business is shifting around having a community. Like places like Publix and all that, they already kind of had that. Where it's like if you go to Publix, you go to Publix.
Yeah,
like
you're loyal.
Target, you go to Target.
Yeah,
that's the new culture of business now. The business minds who didn't care about community before, just money, they're now realizing telling stories. They're realizing having. That's why all the commercials are the workers talking about their experiences outside of work and why they love working there. Like that's the shift now, because everything is about community. My business was founded on that.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's been a shift trying to learn how to make money because it was built on barter. But now it's like, kind of if I can raise everybody else to understanding business and realizing that is the foundation level. You should not have a business.
Yeah.
Foundation is have a business.
Yeah.
So now if all my friends are here, now we can operate in the same barter system, but now it's exchange of like money and services and goods for real. So like that's been the shift. And I think to have figured out in the first 5 years, bro, I see 500 now. You know what I mean? Like I see how to make it become a thing. You know what I mean? Dynasty.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's still in the works, but like the team is inspired. Like I have people that are learning skills that have never done these things before, and if they're learning it, if I could trust you as a person and believe that you're at least open-minded to learn, I'll trust you before going to the person that is more established but a little bit more stush and standoff. It's just like, nah, I need to work with somebody I trust. Yeah, exactly. Like even if I don't know you, if I can know you, it's like
it's different.
Yeah, it's like, nah, let's do it then. Because a couple of my more recent business partners, like literally over this last like week, are people that I just met really a couple weeks ago, but I've figured out how to.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And like I'm seeing people's spirit, and it's like, okay, and with now understanding paperwork and understanding that paperwork isn't bad, it's like, let's just sign it so we know we're good. Well, like that type of stuff is a shift in mindset for me, for real, because I don't like paperwork. I don't like that. I'm so much of my word matters. When I say some shit, I do it. Even if I don't want to, that shit happens. So it's like I'm not used to. I just got used to the fact that like that's not a normal human operation. Yeah.
Nah, and it's unfortunate that it's not, because I'm in the same boat as you, where I had to learn the hard way. Like, oh, this isn't just the standard for human beings. Like people don't just do things that they say they're going to do.
Right.
And you get let down a lot. You know what I mean? You go through a lot of bullshit, but it's good that you found, the brain trust, like we were saying, people on the same level, like-minded. You can see eye to eye. You can trust them. You can rely on them to do what they say they're going to do and do it well. Yep. People who show up every time, even if you don't feel good. Literally this morning, I'm not going to say I almost called this off, but like I wasn't feeling myself this morning. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like that. I felt like, something might happen with the 3 o'clock.
But all I had to do, go get a good exercise in. You know what I mean? I had to go to the gym, bro.
Bruh.
Got my shit going, came back, feeling 10 times better, bro.
That's a key. One of my classmates that graduated Divergent U with me, shout out to Ariana, she has a company called Hello Trauma. And what she discusses is how, like, we believe trauma is like a mental thing. Mm-hmm. So we do a lot of thinking. It's all this thinking.
Overthinking.
And that's what it's at. That's where it's at. But really, trauma is stored in your body. Trauma is literally in your muscles. So
just
like
the fucking gun that we just, the Theragun, bro.
Theragun. Theragun.
I mean, massages.
Yeah, we getting blasted.
Oh, I just recently started like getting more massages and going to the chiropractor. Even shit like that. I mean, outside of exercise.
They say chiropractor is actually more like go to the chiropractor before them. I've never done that, but go to the chiropractor before the massage, because like get the bones in order before you.
I mean, I I had never been to the chiropractor before. I want to say last year's when I started going.
Oh, so you had a hell of a crack,
bro.
I haven't done it yet, so I'm waiting to see what mine.
Well,
is
it's not like these crazy social media videos ago where they fucking take a hammer and slam it into someone's back. But I will say, I mean, almost every time I go, she gets like a couple good cracks out of my shit. And ever since I've been going, I've had back pain my whole life. My mom's had back surgery, like it's a thing.
All right.
But since I've started going, my back pain has definitely like subsided quite a bit to the point where it's at least manageable now.
It's like grounding you.
Yeah. And I mean, I also fucking sit all day at work and shit. I play drums.
That's the life
so,
that
like,
they
sitting a lot is not great for you. Got to go reconnect. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're right. Get out and walk on something with your bare feet, man, and not gravel.
Yeah.
Actually,
Dirt,
gravel's still
sand.
real.
I mean, barefoot on anything, I'm a huge fan of. I was watching some doc where they were saying, like, when you travel, one of the best things you can do is essentially put your bare feet on the new land that you just arrived to, especially if it's a different fucking continent or some shit like that. But it's just like to reconnect yourself to this new land that you're now on, kind of thing, you know? It's pretty.
I'm here.
Exactly. Let's fucking connect with each other real quick. You know, when you travel to the West Coast, your sleep schedules get off and all that. Allegedly, that can help you. I don't know if that's true.
I have heard that too. I have heard that if you put, and I didn't do it when I went to LA, but I did hear that. And I flew overnight, so I didn't have to deal with the whole jet lag thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I did hear that if you actually go and ground yourself in that area, it'll like shift your brain back.
Help you a little bit, right? Because your body's used to East Coast time, and then you go over there 3 hours behind. Your body's like, yo, what the fuck?
Like, what? I flew back in time? Did I just time travel? Literally?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, literally.
It's actually time travel.
Think about it, Rook. Last Airbender NFT video.
Oh, yeah. Last
Brain
Brain
Bender.
Bender.
My fault,
Yeah,
my
man.
fault.
Shout out. Yo, I haven't had anybody bring up the videos. And it's dope because, like, I've really been on some, like, hiatus, like, not around for real. So it's cool to see what people have, like, paid attention to in me not being around.
No, I mean, that stuck out to me for multiple reasons. A, it being an NFT video. B, I think at that point, like you said, you hadn't put out any music in a while. Because I've been following you for quite some time now.
Yeah, we've been around the scene.
But I remember that was, because that was what, a year, 2 years ago now?
That was 2021.
That was like kind of during the height of NFT and all that stuff. I don't know how involved you still are.
I had just been started studying it in like January that year.
Okay,
so,
word.
And I dropped that video maybe like July.
So two things I wanted to ask you about the video. Rook.
Good.
Told you, man. She's a part of the show
She
now.
brought the toy here. Like, yo, can we please play?
I wanted to ask you, how did you like dealing with the whole like NFT process with the setup and the kind of behind the scenes stuff? Because I know one of the other homies that I had on the show a while back he's releasing all his music as NFTs now. And even after talking to him, bro, like I'm still a little confused, but I want to understand it more.
So I didn't actually release the NFT.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it up as part of my exploration. I wanted to draw the people that knew that world because I was studying. And truth being told, even today, because I'm definitely a lot more studied in it now. I actually have a friend that, like, he does it. That's his thing. He teaches people the NFT world as well.
Okay.
So I do understand it now, but yeah, at the time I was just wanting to explore. But even today, it's still a Wild West. So what you don't understand is probably not a bad thing. It's just that it's so open that you can make it whatever you want.
True.
That's really what it is.
True.
So if he's releasing his music as NFT, think about it like this: the NFT world is.
I actually have one of his NFTs.
And I got my first NFT like a couple, like 2-3 months ago maybe.
Nice.
So it's think of it as a specialty world. It's just like a niche world. So it's not about trying to convert the 99% of people that don't know what that is yet to NFTs. It's how do you do something in that community
Reach
for that
new
community
people.
to deal with you because they want to operate in the NFT space.
No, and you're 100% right. Because I know, shouts to Louis C. Rhymes, I know he's released songs and videos as NFTs. So the NFT I have of his, I can show it to you.
Yeah, because I do want to figure that out, and I was wondering if I like messed up the value of it by putting it up But come to find out, no, that doesn't matter. It's still my content, just
Yeah,
like people putting up.
I don't think that matters so much. But basically, his NFTs, it's called the Hip Hop Heads, right? And he has a bunch of different characters that are a part. It's like each one's a different little thing, right? So when that's my NFT, and it comes with, it's supposed to come with the soundbite. It's not playing right now. But basically, like that character alone, the laser shooting out and all that stuff, that's a unique NFT that only I have. But then it also has the sound.
It has something attached to it too.
The sound bite, it's a clip of one of his songs from the album that was like the NFT album and stuff. So I thought it was super dope and innovative. I guess
so many things you can do with it, bro.
I'm still trying to like wrap my mind around it.
And it's just remembering that you're serving the NFT audience, not vice versa.
True.
You're getting it to the people that want to collect things that way.
So and I guess you got to make a unique.
And I mean, anything is unique, really. You draw, scribble, and that's your thing.
True.
So really, it's just anything that's yours, but it is, one, making it cool, and then two, making it something that people want to invest in. So if you have fans, if you have people that want to support you, you creating the NFT is how you serve your fans that are into NFTs.
Yeah, true.
Versus the other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean,
because it's a fun world that I'm still exploring. I'm trying to learn more. I want to get into like NFT entry and coin entry into events and stuff like that. I want to like really dive into that world because it's just a different side, you know.
Well, so do you still plan on releasing that video as an NFT?
Yeah, I want to release everything I do as some kind of,
because
it's all content.
Exactly, that's what I'm learning too. You can just like re-release all your shit, but now it's an NFT, and you can add a little special character like that or whatever.
It's all about your stock and value as an artist or figure. Like if you can build. Like, if people believe in what you are and what you're doing, they'll support that too. Yeah. So it's just like building something that people can that they want to invest in. They see the value in it.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And then I mean, just the visual itself is fucking super trippy, bro. Yeah, that's definitely my kind of shit, and obviously hippie hideout. So no expect anything less.
That was my first like. That was me really tapping into like. I was calling it King Hippie at the time. That was me tapping into that vibe. That's when I started calling myself Viva La Pain.
Word.
It was I was just turning 30. I just turned 30 right before that video came out. Yeah, and that was also my first trip. I had my first shroom trip, like real serious.
Right before that?
On my birthday.
Okay.
And come to find out, like, and I shot that video hella time before that, but I seen the video in my trip.
Word.
Yeah, as it's like already uploaded on YouTube waiting to be released. It's like, it was crazy.
You had the visualization.
Yeah, while before, and granted, I didn't create it either. Like, I was in it, but the guy that shot it is the one that went back and just made all this. Like, I told him what I wanted, and he just like took it crazy, had me all around planets and all other stuff.
No, it was super trippy, and I was gonna ask if it was psychedelic influence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was the whole goal. It was like, it was in the space of like. Space. It was in like, it was like a brain travel for real. I had just watched The Last Airbender for the first time too, so like a lot of that influence was there. I did a lot of studying in 2020, like human brain life study and habit building. That like it exposed me to a lot, and that video and that song even was just like just exploration of where you could exist if you tap out of the everyday hoopla sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's one of my favorite part about shrooms is the ego death, bro. Yeah. Just like realizing a lot of this shit that you're worried about on the day-to-day, not that it doesn't matter, but like it shouldn't be weighing on you that heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not all that.
Was there any big you say that was your first, so you like microdose before that or something? You said that was like your first big trip?
I had microdose like once. It might have been twice, but I think it was just once. Word. Oh no, it was definitely twice. Yeah.
Did you have any big like realizations, epiphanies?
Oh yeah. I rebirthed, and Word. Not only like it was also in alignment with my Saturn's return, like on your 30th birthday. Yeah, so it was like, and I just talked about this on Pun's podcast. Shout out to Pun too.
Shout out to Pun.
Yeah, like this is dope. Like, this is all the homies. I'm just popping off at the other homie spot. But nah, like my 30th birthday, and I dropped a song called Bossy. That's the one that he posted today.
Yep. With like the Pixar.
Yeah, the Boss Baby. Yeah. I had it recreated.
That shit's fire.
And thank you, bro. Thank you. And it was like, that was a rebirth because of the ego death and because of all that. Like, that had already been my journey. 27 through 30 to me, I already kind of was aware. It's like a weird shadowy period of like letting go of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like at the point of that video dropping and then me dropping that single a couple days after it, it was me realizing like it was the airbender or the brainbender video was the realization.
Mm-hmm.
It was the trip of, oh shit, this ain't what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in this other space. Bossy was me coming back to it and realizing this is the full realization. I can exist in this life as my baby self, which is very like open to everything and not, I don't have these traumas weighing on me.
You mean like spiritually? Like
physically as a baby. And granted, spiritually too. But the idea of like when you're 0 to 4 before school, before you have all these other outside influences,
you're living just like a free life.
Yeah, like even if your parents are broke, your dependence on them is so justified that you don't feel it.
True.
So you're literally just capable of everything.
Yeah.
That you can exist there.
Tapping
still
back into that.
Yeah, so like 30 for me was, okay, I went through all of this shit. I know. And I had one of the biggest things happen to me at a younger age with losing my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm 30 now, and like, if I learned that couldn't hold me back, like, what really can hold me back? Like, why carry my trauma as like this proud like boulder?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to do that. So is the idea of like starting over from a child's perspective, but with the experience of the 30-year-old.
Word.
So my traumas are there and I'm aware of them, but I'm not, and I'm able to look at them from the baby's perspective versus my trauma has control over me.
No, I mean, I think I see what you're saying. And we use the term ego death so much, but I think wrapped up in that also includes, you know, the opening of the third eye, the shifting of your perception of the world. That was one of my favorite parts about shrooms. I mean, I've done them plenty of times now, and I've had multiple like significant trips, but every time something changes always where it's like, damn, I never thought about that. Like, yeah. And it's could be the most obvious shit, but
and it's usually simple because that's all it is. It's like
shifting
life
your
complicates
perspective.
Itself.
Yeah,
you really everything. That's what a baby.
Yeah,
it's like if you can speak in a way that a baby can understand or a child at that age can understand, that's the best form of communication because that's the simplest form of people understanding you. So it's like that's where I want to stay. Like Mr. Rogers was a baby still. Michael Jackson was a baby still.
Word.
Kanye is still a baby. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like they're still tapped into like the world is wonderful. Even though all this shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
The world is wonderful. We can build and create and make it different. Like that's where I'm at, bro.
Like not cynical. I mean, again, that I think that is wrapped into the ego death. Like, I guess that's just the term that's been stamped on that whole psychedelic feeling.
Yeah, and I mean, and at the end of the day, your ego is also part of you, but I do think in the sense of like ascending, you have to get, because your ego is third dimensional. So it's like, it's the only thing separating you from realizing that we're the same.
Yeah. Well, and that the unity of not only us humans, but everything.
Yeah, and when I say you are the same, I'm talking about spiritual.
Yeah,
like literally, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah,
right now.
Like,
yeah, like we drew each other to this moment type shit. So like that, yeah, that's the only thing. Ego is the only thing separating that.
Word.
You know, it's a part of your experience. We chose to come here and experience life, so you want to enjoy your ego a little bit, but connectivity, I think, is still the mission. Reconnectivity. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to talk to Butter, bro. I've been trying to get him on the shroomies for a minute now.
Actually, I ain't gonna convince nobody because the thing is, you send somebody into something they don't want, then it's like a bad experience. So I'm not gonna convince you, but Butter, if you ever want to, you got people that are like
I've
friends.
been trying to tell him, like, you're ready, dude. You don't know you're ready, but you are ready.
Yeah, I believe so. He's been doing a lot of like shout out to Butter, man. He's been doing a lot of good spiritual work.
No, absolutely, and that's why I keep telling him, like, I'm like, bro, you're ready.
Time.
It's a different experience than what you're used to, but you're fucking ready, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that was really all the questions I had for you, man. Did you want to plug anything? You got some new shit coming?
Everything, y'all. Shit, Viva La Pain, the whole season, the actual season of Viva La Pain is coming. Very like liberation driven, very like shirt off, very like Bob Marley, very Tupac, very like not against the society, but understanding that we can't destroy the society.
Revolutionary shit.
Yeah, we gotta start society here first. So like that's where I'm starting with everybody. So yeah, a lot's coming. Mirror as far as music, Mirror is my latest single, September, that dropped. Very proud of that song.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the song before.
Oh yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
That's a bit
before our chat.
Yeah, Mirror is definitely the vibe right now. The whole song is about facing yourself.
Oh yeah.
So it's something that everybody should resonate with if you're ready. Like at this point, I think the universe is saying, "Grow, come on, human beings, evolve," because it's time for us to be level 1 civilization now. Like let's get there. So I think it's something that's gonna help all of my music. Everything I'm doing creatively is about waking people up in that sense. So shout out to that song, Arya, the master. Shout out to Arya mastering. I
saw that on your story.
Yeah, they hit me up like a few days ago, like, yo, because I tagged them in my drops. I always put like mastered by. Yeah. So I guess they started paying attention, but he was like, yo, you've been dropping a lot of content. You mind if we do a feature on you? It's like, yeah,
I do not mind.
Yeah, thank you. That's beautiful. I support any company that cares about their people.
Yeah, you obviously appreciate their services. And
yeah, so that's dope. So yeah, mirror. We shooting. I just shot 2 different videos to it in the same day. So like I'm only marketing that for the next couple months probably. But come 2023, just know it's a lot happening. Like it's so much happening, from WTF to the Naked Eye to Viva La Pain to the whole team, the music group. I think this is I'm gonna just say it here, Hidden Hippies music group is like a new thing. Like shout out, you know what I'm saying, right there. The whole squad is coming. Like it's everybody's time to break free, for real. So I'm just I'm leading the charge, but I think I've killed my ego enough to not be afraid of the leader part of it, because I don't want to become egomaniac leader. I don't want to lead in that sense. I just want to lead people to being their own leader. You know what I mean?
Well, there's you might have seen it going around. My homie just sent it to me yesterday, and I've seen it before. It's a video of like a big pack of dogs. And it's in some cold climate, right? So it's like
Siberia,
frozen, something like that. It's a frozen pond, and there's just one hole where they can drink water from. And the moral of the video is a boss versus a leader. So the first fucking dog is like wolf looking. He's drinking from the shit, and he won't let anyone else come up to it. He's growling at him when they come up, like, I'm the boss. So then this other dog sees that. He kind of walks over to another area, breaks a bigger hole in, invites everyone's drinking now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, A, dogs are the shit. B, I just like the whole message from the video, you know?
Like, man.
Lead with.
My biggest thing right now is people are having excess. Like, when there's a lot of people in this world that don't have bare necessities, a lot of people have, like, so much excess that they're not even thinking about helping.
Yeah,
and I've had
too focused on
self.
There's
a lot of people that don't have anything that are doing a lot for a lot of people, and it's like I'm just trying to find that balance, bro.
Well, it's crazy because they say some of the poorest countries have like the happiest people. You just find joy in these simple pleasures. You don't need like an Apple Watch and all this fucking crazy shit. You're like, I got food, I got my family, and I have a roof that keeps the rain off.
That's usually the top 3 things. It's like that's really what you need to live. You don't really need any of this other stuff.
Yeah,
we put responsibilities on ourselves that we didn't have to stress about, and it's like then you start saying it's necessary, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's a luxury.
I don't need any of this.
Yeah,
so
that's an absolute fact, man. On that note, we're gonna wrap up episode 83. We got a little saying here at the kPodcast, man. Stay safe, stay smart, stay sexy, and stay fucking tuned, baby.
I like all of those. Yo, stay sexy. That shit's fly. You know what I'm saying? Busting out Rick James stuff.
Well, tell people where they can find you at, too.
Yo, you can find me everywhere at IAMPVYNE. That's I Am Pain. Don't get tripped up by the V. It's an A upside down. That's all. Shout out to my mom. And other than that, you can find WTF Movement at WTFMVMT. That's everything else. That's the community. So tap in either way. Like, we here. Worldwide.
We out here. Shit. That's a rap. Sayonara.